is my daily journal entry log for the first year seminar course Art, Religion, in the Americas by Kayla Nelson. My first journal entry contained about how I came about attending this college, how I visited the Monterey area, and I would always wish that there was a college here that I could attend when I was older. For example, the first paragraph says, "Ever since I was a little girl, I would always visit the Monterey Bay Area. My mother and I would watch movies, go shopping, while my brother and dad would play golf at the prestigious and ever so beautiful nearby golf courses. We would then reunite and have dinner at an amazing restaurant on a pier overlooking the ocean. Though the weather would always be cool and cloudy, I fell in love with the area. I always would say to myself, I wish there was a college in this area." And then I go more into detail about how my saying that almost seemed destined to bring me here. I then go into more detail about how my college experience has been, how I've been developing relationships with others, how I've been homesick, and how I've also started calling college my home as well. As the time went on, I noticed my thoughts kept continuously flowing, and that I would stop at maybe about a page because I felt that I was getting everything out of my brain, and that one page was all that I could write for the day, and that I would clearly get out my thoughts. Even though they'd be random at times, it's just everything that I was thinking was flowing through my head, whereas I felt that my first journal entry was much more rehearsely written, like I was editing myself. For example, I even included questions in my writing. Why do I worry about perfection with my physique? Now, this is where I started writing about how I started using my journal as sort of my health journal. But I was just not in the right state of mind. I also say things that are just calming to myself, and I found myself, when I would write afterwards, I would find that I would feel much more clear-minded, and I'd feel better about my day, and that I would be not as foggy. Some things are just very random. Some of them are not very clear and concise. Some things start with how my day was going, and then maybe I say something that I'm in the mood for Brussels sprouts at home. Or, for example, well, I was officially a stress mess today. Now, I would normally not write a professional paper that way, but because this is a free journal entry, that's just the first thing that came to my mind, and it just flowed through me. I want to be free, happy, and elated to know that I pursued my dream. Now, this was me discussing how at the time we were registering for classes, that I was reconsidering what I wanted my future to be, and if I should pursue my dream or consider what I'm doing, and if what I'm doing would be considered pursuing my dream, which would be me wanting to work in the health industry and be a fitness entrepreneur who could possibly encourage people to embrace themselves and become healthy again. And then it just continues, and I also go into discussion about how I am moving from my home that I have lived in for 10 plus years to a new home in Pleasanton. And this is one of my journal entry pages that I went into great detail about how great I feel about my health and how I feel as though the freshman 15 doesn't exist for me here. And I also have questions about what I do in my life and how I carry myself, my relationships with people. And getting that out of my mind, like I said, clears my head, and that's just free-flowing. They're all multiple pages. They're color-coded to express my feelings at the time, and that is my journal.